Hi to everyone who actually has been trying to find keys from these great movies by Chaplin, which name is Emigrant, and who is trying to find those keys and uh, to see what kind of keys has Chaplin itself here and his waiter and the girl. Okay, yeah, let's talk about this. First key all the time. It's the key which is started all scenes. You can see here is a first frame here, which is rather key. You see on the left side of the frame, it's a waiter who is entered to the room. You see his movement, you feel it. It's very good when you catch or you started your key poses from active one. So in the middle of the screen you can see Chaplin, you know, who is actually froze, and he kind of like froze with shocked, because shocked from what he's seen before. That was seen before when he's seen one customer who was beaten, by lots of people. Uh, that he actually what he didn't do is he didn't pay for his dinner or lunch, I believe. Yeah, and he was beaten for that. Uh, Basically, that's what has happened. And you see on the right side of the screen, you see the girl who look at full of attention on Chaplin, and look what's happened with him. She tries to understand what's going on with him. Okay, that's the first key. Looks like it's for all three of them. It's a key. Yeah, it's a beginning of the scene, and they have certain attitude in the beginning of the scene. Second key. Yeah, by the way, that's a very short piece and very short scene, but it's very tight in emotion, full of emotions and full of change the moods, change attitude, and also they're doing a lot because you know what? I think when the scene was in production, they speed up everything. The timing itself is kind of not twice, maybe 1.5 times faster than original one. In That's the next key will be you see waiter stops and he starts writing the checks. That's what he's doing. Chaplin's still here. Chaplin's still in those mood. This is first second, still first second. Uh, that's the first key, or second key, excuse me. The second key, if you see here, excuse me, this is second key. This third key, and Chaplin, by the way, that's a key for the Chaplin. Here, Chaplin is begins boil, he begins boil like a kettle tea because he tried to turn on himself to be ready for fight. That's actually a very important thing here, you see. And at the same time, In the same time you see the waiter is writing the check. The next key here, yeah. The next key, the waiter is actually, it's kind of funny, but it's kind of cut the pencil to sharpen it pencil. It's like pencil sharpener because he doesn't have anything to sharpen it with. It looks like his pencil getting, you know, it needs to be sharpened basically. And you can see on his face, first he disappointed here, he doesn't like what's going on, he can write it, and he start to cut it. That's the next key, right? And again, look on the Chaplin. Chaplin starts boiling, like I said. It begins to boil. The girl turns toward to the camera. If it shows, she is thinking, "Oh my God, what's going on here? What's going on with him?" It's kind of, she's kind of, it's a inside dialogue of her. Next key. He's he's looking on the dishes because he's eating. He just back to the, let's say, to the reality. And before he was out of this, he was living in his own world. Before what's going on, he's even tried, to fight with someone with a shadow, let's say, don't see anybody, but he he was in his dreams. You see, it's important thing. The key shows how the character changed the mood. It's very important too. Okay, okay. He's back to reality. He looks on his dish, right? That's a key too. For waiter and for girl, girl actually she returns to the first key. She look at Chaplin again. She looks at him with full of attention. Okay. Anyway, next is you can see difference on a face of the waiter. You see that he's kind of smile just a little bit here. You see that's a key too. Okay. After that, Chaplin looks. After Chaplin looks on his dish, he looks on a girl's side at her. That's the key. And key when he looks at her is kind of urgent smile, kind of afraid here. He afraid what's going on, what will happen, because she's involved in that situation, and that's why the smile shows this way. And he's back to his thoughts. You see, his looks somehow very far away, and looks his eyes is parallel, and some kind of in his dreams, and he start fighting again. You see, uh, he start fighting at the same time. Same time. That's a key, by the way. That's probably this one. At the same time, waiter put uh, his arm on a waist, like it's very aggressive looking, which is looks really aggressive. In Chaplin, here, here's the key. He start fights again. He is Chaplin gets on his high horse here. You can see, but he did this inside of his mind, inside of his dreams, imagination, whatever. This one, that's a key. Okay. You see, we have only 9 seconds, but we have so much keys. I believe we have, uh, I think it's 8 or 9 keys already. Yeah, 9 keys. Now, the next one, Chaplin start to getting higher and higher level of his um, beginning the boil, and he just punch, in his imagination somebody who is could be, his enemy. You see from here to here, that's 2 keys. And interesting thing, that was the what's called the line of his activity, visual activity and emotional activity. That's the highest point. Highest point is here. That's the highest point. And after that, we go on. He's going to the lowest one. He drops his head on his hand to show that like that's enough. He just tired, he just done in thoughts, rips him on parts, and he feels he's tired. And this is lowest lowest point of his activity in all scene, which is so good because, mm, like I said, it's good because you always have highest point and lowest point in the scene. And at that level, that's very good, acting. I don't know, he did this by nature, or he tried to find it, or I mean Chaplin, yeah, or he thought before about this. But anyway, that's a really good, a very contrast uh, acting for the Chaplin, and beautifully done. Anyway, that's a key. That's a key again. Key for the Chaplin. But for Waiter, he keep the same key, just turning a little, uh, not even tuning. He's like lean his head, just very little. See here, I could be play a little bit with the eye, but the key basically the same. So that was I believe the key when Chaplin, sits, okay, sits and calm down, you know. And suddenly in the next key, which is I believe 14, number 14 for the for the for this scene is Chaplin looks on a waiter. You see here? Yeah, that's a key. He looks on a waiter. That's the key. That's the key. And the next one, the key, he reacts, and he imitated that he just eating. He rushes so much, he just grab not a even fork or something, just eats with the knife. It's so funny. It shows how he lost and his thoughts. He lost. He's afraid. He's scary actually. Yeah, that's the next key. Yeah, I believe it's number 14 or 15 basically. Uh, and the next key, which I believe it exists here, that's very important thing too. It shows here what I talk about this. It shows how he's scary, how she pressed by waiter, how the pressed by waiter looks. In that feels atmosphere, feels the mood of the Chaplin. That's the key to number, I believe, number 16. Yeah, and he here it's the key too. He's in a shock here. You can see he locks his shoulder, his body is locked with the head, very short neck. It's kind of really lock feelings, like a very woodish feeling. And mm, he's so scary here. He doesn't know. That's the key. Yeah, that's the key. He doesn't know what's going on. He doing some stuff automatically, and he grabs something which he doesn't even think what it is. He grabs this coffee coffee cup and drinks coffee. That's another key. You see, he got this key. That's the key. And for waiter, one key when he is shift his weight on his I think his right leg, just this way, right? In the same time, that's a step forward for the waiter. That's it. That's a one key. Almost in the same time when Chaplin drinks his coffee, or shows he looks like drinks his coffee. Okay. Another key is for the girl. Girl really looks on a waiter, and the waiter, anticipate to hit Chaplin. You see, and he's usually anticipate. Plus, he steps on the left foot forward again. He just moved forward, and then this other step. You see, there was first step and a second step. Plus, his anticipation to hit Chaplin, and that was right here. You see, not as strong because he used checks. It's a very light one, but Chaplin doesn't know about this, and he actually just react here. You see, choking. That's reaction and choking. That's a key too. That's a key pose. Looks like a okay for waiter. That's key. That's key. And for Chaplin, this key, choking. Okay, that's actually I believe it's 19 maybe 19 keys. Now Chaplin tried to recover himself from choking. He's here. You see, he's like can can breathe. That's a key. Girl just keeps the same key. And key for waiter who gives the check to the client, Chaplin. Chaplin, he actually hold his shoulder. In the same time, you see that's right here. Yeah. In the same time, waiter is his shoulder. That's the key too. And I believe that's like 22 or 23, number 22 and 23 of these keys. Okay. And we almost finished with this. In the same time, you see this key first. He gives right here this check. That's another key, which is interesting thing. He shows the check to the Chaplin with the heat, his shoulder. And Chaplin look at this check. That's another key. He's look at this check and took this check. That's the last one, last key, and look at the waiter. Hard to say with kind of amazed it looks like to me, but it's not good quality. I can see what really expression on Chaplin's face, on his face. So basically we have all keys. Now we analyze the scene and we see the logic, how Chaplin invent this, how Chaplin develop all scene from the beginning to the very end. And like I said, the scene, it's interesting thing, it's the peak of the scene with Chaplin, begins to boil, and from that he gets his high horse, and finally he just, calmed down, almost calmed down, but scene is, it's like a second wind, scene is going up again. But anyway, the highest point is of the scene, highest accent is right here. It's, I would say, also almost in the middle of the scene. It's second 12. Yeah, and the whole scene is 25 seconds. That's all about. And you have to think about this very seriously. As I said, the main idea to find a key is it's try to describe what's going on with the characters, even with your words. And when you just describe that, you always have the beginning of the sentence sequence, excuse me, and the end of the sequence, right? And it lists two keys, to understand what's going on, and so on, so on. All the time, like I said, you have the beginning and the end of the sequence when you describe what's going on. Number one. Number two, you describe not the original action, what's going on, what's really like motorically, what is works, how it works, but you describe the mood of the character, and in that case, that's the keys too. If you have something inside your scene, like a good point when you describe the character, mood, attitude, it's most definitely it's a key too. That's a two thing. All story, it's a kind of like a book story. You read this and you read by sequences, the beginning, the end, beginning, the end, the beginning, the end, plus the mood on the top. That's like a two layers of this pie. Uh, that's basically it. And thank you for your patient to wait for my comments about that. And thanks if you was involved in that small assignment. If you're involved, if you try to find something, um, some good, sense of the scene, and try to find the keys for all these three characters on that scene. That's it. Bye bye, and see you the next time. And I hope you will really kind of got something from my comments today, and you understand what we will talk today. We was talk today actually, and we will talk in the future. Bye bye.